I'm Gayla Smith, and I'm running for Illinois State Representative for District 37. And today I want to talk a little bit about the State of the State address that was given by Governor Pat Quinn a few weeks ago. I want to read some of the things that Governor Quinn said in his speech. It was hard, it was painful, and it took political courage. But together we got the job done. Today we can tell the people of Illinois we stopped the bleeding. We turned the corner and Illinois is making a comeback. Is he serious? Does he really believe this nonsense? Illinois has the worst credit rating in the nation, and that hasn't changed. And that's the financial institutions telling people to be careful before they invest their money in Illinois. Illinois is so grossly mismanaged that you have to be very careful before you invest your retirement here. And that hasn't changed, so I don't know what he's talking about, making a comeback. Governor Quinn also said, unemployment was at 11.3% at the height of the Great Recession. And today, it's at its lowest point in almost 5 years. And that may be true. But he's missing a few key points. And that is that all of our neighboring states are doing a much better job at dropping their unemployment rate than Illinois. Here's a chart that shows where we were in December of 2008, and then where we peaked when it comes to the unemployment rate, and where we are today. And all of our neighboring states have managed to drop their unemployment rate to a number less than where they were in December of 2008, except Illinois. Illinois' unemployment rate is 1% higher than it was in December of 2008. So he neglects to tell you that our neighboring states are doing a much better job at creating jobs than Illinois. Let me continue. Toward the end of his speech, Governor Quinn said the following. When I took office, Chrysler employed just 200 people at its Belvedere plant. We partnered with Chrysler, and now Chrysler employs more than 4,700 people at that same plant. Partnered with Chrysler. What does that mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means that the state of Illinois gave Chrysler a $62 million tax incentive package to stay in Belvedere. That's $62 million that is now missing from the general fund. And who do you think is going to make up that difference? That's right, you and I, the average taxpayer. So I don't understand why they're so confused. If it makes sense to give a business in Belvedere a tax incentive package, lowering their taxes, to stay in Illinois and hire more people, then why not give that same tax incentive to all the businesses? Doesn't that just make sense? I don't understand why they can't figure that out. I would think the average fifth grader could figure that out. We definitely need change in Springfield. I understand that Pat Quinn is frustrated and trying to spin the truth because he has no record to stand on. But if we continue to elect the same old people year after year to Springfield, we're never going to get change. We need to hire fresh new voices, people who aren't politically connected, people who care about the average taxpayer and the business owner in Illinois. The political parties today, what they care about is staying in power. They don't care about the taxpayers and the businesses. They care about power. They care about getting reelected. They care about electing their own people. And this has to stop. We have to start finding real representation who will represent the average property taxpayer and the average business owner. That's why I'm running.